This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2004 Ford F-250. It's a four-door super cab, extra cab, long bed. It's a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's an XLT, which is cloth. Has 184,529 miles. It was a charity donation to a auction in Houston, Texas. And I was told about it, told I should buy it because they didn't know what they were doing. And as it turns out, it was true. We got it here in Tucson. This is what our inspection looks like. My guys say it runs and drives great, and we bulletproofed it. They misdiagnosed this truck, which is very common. There was a bunch of oil and crap in the coolant bottle. Basically, it blew the oil cooler, and they think it's worse than that, and it's never worse than that. Anyway. So we knew we had to do an oil cooler. We knew we had to get a new coolant reservoir and a radiator and flush out the motor really good. But since we were going to do that, and since we knew it drove and ran good because we drove it, we decided to bulletproof it. So we did a full-on bulletproofing along with all that stuff. So it was bulletproofed, which means it got a new bulletproof EGR cooler, new Ford oil cooler, new IPR with new gaskets, Rotella oil, filter, and coolant. Got a new radiator and coolant reservoir and hoses, new water pump, serpentine belt, one battery is new steering stabilizer strut across the front, and these fender flares. The thing that we didn't like about it is it had a little bit of rust. It was from Houston, right around the edges of the wheels. And we bought some bushwhackers, which are very expensive, and we just bolted those on just a minute ago, and it looks pretty cool. Now it's a real truck, and it's been bulletproofed and everything. Anyway. Very happy with how this truck has come back. It's got a couple dings and dents and nicks and whatever, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. There's a block warmer cord right there. I'm going to drive this thing, during this video I'm going to drive it straight to our photo place, take 60 to 80 HD pictures. In that gallery, you'll have a little device, a little magnifying glass icon. Just drag it wherever you want to look. Like I would tell you to look right here, because there was a little scratch that was touched up here. You can see that little scrape on the door. It's actually not nearly as, it was pretty dirty when we got it. So it's actually, it looks quite a bit better than I remember it when it showed up. But we want to make sure that people check things out, know what they're buying. There's a little bit of rust right there, see it? Just so you know. That's why we show you undercarriage pictures, video. We want everyone to know what they're buying. This is a nice truck, or we wouldn't have bulletproofed it. But the second we leave something out that's obvious, we will hear about it. So we make sure that everybody sees what we see and knows what we know, and that way the right person ends up buying the vehicle. I'm not trying to sell this truck right now, believe it or not. I'm trying to find the right buyer for it. If I bullshit, then I end up getting yelled at and making myself a liar, and I don't want to do that. So that's why we don't go there. Tell you exactly what we know about the trucks, and then it ends up in the right garage. See a ding right here. I mean, it's not a beauty truck. I mean, if you're looking for a truck that's like show quality or even, you know, frontline car dealership quality, this isn't it. It's got dings and nicks here and there. But if you're just looking for a decent looking truck that has been bulletproofed, then this is it. All right? That's all we have to say on that, right? There's the mileage. Mileage, 184,568. Okay? I'll show you what we know about it. Kelley Blue Book. XLT, 184,000 mile long bed. Suggested retail price $12,722. Unfortunately, you can't add an option of being bulletproofed. If you did, you'd add $4 grand to that, Kelley, because it's worth that much. There's the VIN for the car. It says accident report. In 2012, it was in a wreck, and like 4 days later, it was being sold. So obviously, it wasn't much of a wreck. What else? Started out in Wisconsin, lived in Minnesota, and then moved to Texas. Boom, 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 right there. coolant reservoir replaced. They thought that they could just put a new coolant reservoir in and everything would be fine. Which is incorrect. Now it's fine, but then it was not fine. So we had to buy another coolant reservoir to replace their coolant reservoir. Because when an oil cooler blows, it makes a big mess that we have dealt with. All right, there's a Ford stamp there. Very minimal blow-by. On a 1 to 10, with 10 being terrible, I'd say that's about a 1.5. New battery on this side, Ford stamp there. New radiator. Okay. Actually, new battery on this side too. And a Ford stamp there. Okay. There you go. Carpet and back seat look great. This seat looks like nobody ever sat in it. Nothing going on there. You have a manual here. That is in the bag there. It's a nice little truck. It's a plain little truck. You got probably 70 or 80% on the tread, on the tires. Again, right there. This would be a good lake truck. Pull boats with to the lake. You ding it up, you don't feel like committing suicide. It's already got a few dings. Out, in, down, up. That works fine. Out, in, up, down. Power seat, forward, back, up, down. Perfect. Tilt wheel, up and down. Tow on and off. That's me doing that, by the way. See, on, off. There you go.
Century, not the Baltics. That.
All right, you got a cassette player there. It's actually kind of warm here, a couple days before Christmas, and the air is definitely working. There you go. All right, let me pull forward a little bit so I don't back into the car behind me, or the truck behind me. All right, we have a floor shifter. There we go. 4 low. Drive. That's definitely 4 low. And reverse in 4 low. That would be 4 low. All right. And we're gonna go up to 4 high. Now we're in 4 high. And drive. Perfect. And reverse in 4 high. There you go. Excellent. All right. Now we're gonna go back to 2-wheel drive, and we'll go for a ride. All right. This truck's on a this is on a clear title. It was a donation vehicle. If you come to Tucson and drive it home, you will pay tax and dock fee. Dock fee is $250. Tax is 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus your state tax rate. So if you come here to drive it home, which you're welcome to do, you got a great set of tires and you've got a freshly done EGR, bulletproofed. If you do come here, you will pay your state tax rate plus our city tax of 2%, plus a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is the agreed upon price. There'll be no taxes, no dock fee. Once we receive your wire, we will fill out the title with your name or your company's name. We'll sign it off to you, notarize it, scan it into your online file, and mail it to you. We even scan in the envelope we mail it in. Everything that we have, you will be able to see between the ad and your file and everything. And then once you have the truck shipped to you, you'll already have the title from the mail, and you'll just go to Motor Vehicles, get plates. It's very simple. Next part, deposit. Deposit is $500. Once we receive your deposit, we have a deal. Until then, it is for sale. Please get your deposit in quickly, especially on the Bulletproof trucks. They seem to go really quickly. Please just make sure that you get the deposit in. If you're going to go through this much effort of watching the video and doing the, pictures and zooming in and all that stuff, then make sure that you've got your deposit ready to go, because somebody else is probably doing the same thing, and you may get beat out as far as not be quick enough. We've seen a couple people who are like racing at the same time, and one person gets awfully disappointed when they're slow with the deposit. Let's see, next part, warranty speech. There's no warranty. All right, we give you all this information very upfront, from the Carfax to the Kelly. There'll be a copy of the title in the ad, the pictures, the video. We tell you exactly what's been done to it by us. If there's problems, we tell you it. Everything we know, you know. At the end of the day, we can't tell you if this truck is going to break tomorrow. If we did, we'd be running for president. We'd be rich. Because that would make us absolutely worth more money than God if we could tell people that trucks aren't going to break the next day. It could, okay? What we try to do is reduce the risk to you by giving you all this information, but at the end of the day, if it gets to your house and it breaks, you're going to fix it. We're not writing a check for anything, okay? We try to do this properly and upfront, and we think we do a great job at it because nobody's screaming at us, and we sell a lot of trucks, okay? So I think what happens is the people who are big boys and big girls who understand how the world works, shop us, and the babies go away. And the big boys and big girls understand that there's no such thing as a sure thing, and they appreciate the honesty, and they appreciate the videos and the pictures and everything, and they know they're on their own, and you are, okay? If you don't like that, that's fine. It doesn't hurt our feelings. We're not the seller for you, and you're not the buyer for us. It's very simple. Just go buy a new one, and you'll be happy, and we'll be happy. Okay? Let's see. I'm going to shut up for a second. I've got 2 more minutes here. This thing runs great. It's got a nice ride. It's very quiet, too. Some 6.0s can be pretty loud. This one is not. This one drives more like a car than a truck. I like that. This glare is killing me. If you don't know about 6.0s, please ask somebody, do a little research. The EGR issue has been answered, but I still want you to research it, know what you're buying. 1,000 people, up to 1,000 people a day will see this truck online. We don't have any problem selling them. We just got to make sure that the right person buys it, and that they're, adult, and they understand what they're buying. And so spend a little bit of time Googling Bulletproof EGR coolers, and what we've done to it, and what you know. Okay? All right, thank you for your time.